All right, so I'm going to start installing these Baja Designs NightHawk side view mirrors. I have these on the R-Max and they're pretty cool. I love the product. It's nice to have the side mirror lights. So Baja Designs partnered with Industries to create these. I've already opened the box, so it's missing the harness and relay. Just like most Baja Design products, it's a very complete kit. Includes these mounts that go on the cage. You can order the kit for different diameter cages. This cage is 1 3/4 inches diameter, which is, I think, very popular for an aftermarket cage. And I'm unboxing these now. I'm actually going to disassemble them because I'm going to take some parts to the powder coaters. So this is what the mirror looks like. Beautiful. And it's got a Baja design. I don't know if this is an Onyx 6. Maybe it's a Squadron S2. I'm not really sure. But it's got a nice cube. Those are all the flood lenses built in. So anyways, so what I'm going to do is grab a little Allen wrench, and I'm going to take these little bolts out, and all of these aluminum polished pieces I'm going to send to the powder coater so that they match the rest of the car in this color called Mayhem Blue that's going to go on this YXZ. Here's what they look like. Here they are on my R-Max, just in their factory color. Great product, love them, super bright. Yeah. All right, so I got these Baja Designs NightHawks back from, or the parts back from powder coating. They look pretty good. They were that nice, like machined aluminum out of the box, which looks cool. It's kind of universal, but I want everything in this car to be kind of color matched, so I'm just going to reassemble them. This is an opportunity to change your lenses as well if you want to do that. I'm not going to. I think it makes sense that the rearview mirrors use the floodlight lenses, the wide lenses. If you do take these apart, please note that the screws are different in each spot, so pay attention to which ones come out of where. I don't think I'm gonna have problems with the powder coat taking up screw hole space, but we'll see. This is a 2.5 millimeter Allen head. I have like a nice socket set Allen's, but I don't have one this small for the socket, so I'm having to use the little tool. I don't know if this voids the warranty, but here I am taking them apart, brand new. Pretty expensive, but they're awesome parts. So I'm gonna have a hard time ever using anything except for Baja Designs for lighting from now on. I just love them. I'm not really tightening anything yet, just kind of running around. So that's that part. Looks pretty cool already. I like it. One thing I don't like about Assault Industries is basically everything they make just has their logo all over it. So like their grill inserts, in this case the mirrors, I mean, like even etched into their little metal brackets and stuff, it's got this exaggerated design with their logo, you know, put into it. And also, you know, it's silk screened everywhere on everything they make. So they're pretty proud of their logo. That's cool and all, but I feel like if I pay the price for their product, I'm buying the product, not their free advertisement on all of my cars. I try to minimize decals and, you know, stuff like that whenever I can. It's not that I dislike the branding, you know, that's fine, but it's that I want a smoother look. I don't want my cars to be plastered with, you know, racer decals on every little part, especially when they're like that and they're actually, you know, built into the design. You can't change that. You can't get rid of it. It's not just a sticker. So anyways, it's just a preference. Doesn't really matter. Like Turner axles, they come with stickers on the axles. Kind of bothers me because, you know, when they rotate, you get this white sticker rotating around, kind of like white lettering on a tire. It's just not really my taste. That being said, I did put about 100 stickers on Brooklyn's ceiling, but it's kind of inside her car, so it's not as noticeable, I guess, from the outside. So if you do take these apart, notice that, like on the mirror side, this one screw is quite a bit longer than all the others on this side, or actually it's both of these back here, as well as the front screws are a different length than these back screws, and so it's just all over. And inside here is a couple of other fasteners that kind of open it up. So there's quite a bit of, they're definitely not designed for consumers to take these things apart. But I'm doing it so I can get these parts colored. On the inside, there's a couple of 4mm. Okay, so I just kind of loosen those, and it opens up a gap. Slide this thing back in. Okay. I like that the mirrors, the glass part can be unbolted, and you can replace it. It's not stuck in with adhesive and attached to some plastic backing that you can't get it off of and whatnot. So it's kind of rebuildable, repairable if you break the glass. That's cool. That's the way most Baja Design products are, in my experience. So I dig that. Okay, so I got all those just kind of skinny side tightened. You can get Baja Designs products from their website directly, or they have lots of dealers as well. So pretty much anybody that builds side-by-sides or does side-by-side, you know, parts and things sell Baja Designs. I've had a few bad experiences with, you know, going through a dealer. It just kind of seems like it's less direct, but like you don't get the feedback or the tracking or, you know, the confirmation and all that kind of stuff that you do when you go direct through Baja Designs. I have a great experience every time I purchase straight from their website. You click, you pay, and you get a confirmation, you get a shipping notification whenever it happens. Their delivery times are accurate. And here lately, it's been kind of long. I mean, it took me several weeks to get these NightHawks side mirrors because they're a new product. But even like a light bar that I got from them also took like several weeks. I don't know, 4, 3, 5 weeks, something like that. But one time I went through a dealer and it took forever. And their time estimates were way off. They quoted me days, and it took something like 4 months to get the stuff, which is ridiculous when you're spending, you know, $5,000 or something like that for a bunch of lights. I just expect the truth, you know what I mean? And if it's going to be 5 months, that's fine. Tell me 5 months. But if it's going to be 5 months, don't tell me 5 days. That was extremely frustrating for me. It held up some stuff for me at the time, but no big deal. First world problems. Just bitching about stuff that really doesn't matter. Okay, so here's one pretty much disassembled and reassembled just for color change. There we go. Pretty cool looking, I think. So here's the bracket that you attach it to the car with. It uses a 5mm Allen head. So pretty cool hardware. I've always liked the Assault Industries hardware. Good machining, and I don't know if it's billet or not. I assume it is. Most of this stuff will be billet aluminum. But so what I'm doing is before I put it on the car, I'm going to undo these fasteners. And one of my knocks on this kit is it does not include any kind of gasket. I don't know if gasket's the right word, but no, it's just metal on metal whenever you clamp this on your roll bar. So I put basically a layer of electrical tape on the inside is all I do. Also important to note that any of these types of clamps, like when you buy them, you can get them in different sizes. So this one is noted that it's a 1 3/4 inch roll bar cage or roll cage bar size. And then you have to open them up. So you pretty much have to grab them and stretch them open. So you don't want to overdo that because you do need to get it back down. But I go ahead and open it up a little bit, and then I just cut off a piece of electrical tape here to stick on the inside. The way I do it is I cut off a piece that is about the right length, maybe a little too long, and I basically stick it to one side and then just use that to line it up. And then just roll it across the inside. Doesn't have to be perfectly centered. This is not visible. It does not matter. It's not quite the full thickness of the inside of this bracket, so if you're a little crooked, it still won't matter because it won't be enough to be seen, I guess. I forget what manufacturer, but there's another company that I've dealt with before, and their clamps come with gasket on the inside. Again, I don't know if gasket's the right word. It's basically a little piece of rubber. I just don't like the idea of a metal on metal clamp. I think it's a good idea to have some sort of barrier in there, both for noise and also just for wear, you know. So anyway, so there you go. I got as you see, a little extra on each side, and I just take a little razor and slit it at the end of the circumference. there we go. So now we got a little gasket on the inside. I'm gonna run over to the car with the fasteners here. Okay, so here in the car, I've got that bracket. Like I said, you kind of got to stretch it open a little bit. Not too much, you don't want to break it, but just enough to kind of stretch over the cage and not scratch everything. And then just squeeze it back together. I put in the top fastener first. Just kind of catch a few threads. I've never put mirrors like this, or any mirrors, any side mirrors on a YXZ before. One of my friends used the, I think it's like S7 or something like that, some other brand of the lit mirrors on his Razor, and basically just completely transforms the way you night ride. It's amazing having that peripheral lighting that a light bar just can't quite give you. Here's this little bracket. I hang it on the top screw and then put in the bottom screw, and it holds it in place. And so anyways, he put them on his Razor, and everybody just loved them. And I was looking forward to Baja Designs coming out with this kit, and I guess they just collaborated with Assault Industries because they already had the rear view mirror more or less designed. They just kind of built in a Baja Designs light to the front of it. So the first set I installed was on my R-Max, and matter of fact, I just went for a cruise last night and used them, and I just love them. They help anytime you got to turn, anytime you need to see to your sides, any kind of peripheral vision. Plus, you can just grab the mirror and point it with your hands if you want the light to go in a direction you want. So that's all pretty nice and handy to have. So of course you got to make sure that you have enough current for your charging system and your battery and whatnot, because it is, you know, a bit more of a draw on your charging system. Make sure this lock nut is threaded all the way out, and then just start rotating your mirror in. Try to keep the wire under control so it's not whipping around, scratching your car. But I love night riding. I've always had a blast night riding, even way back in quads. We used to night ride at Kermit, Texas, and the dunes there were amazing to ride at night, out there in the middle of nowhere. So Little Sahara night riding is pretty good too. It's usually crowded, which is kind of cool because you get to see a whole bunch of other people out there riding, and all the lights and stuff look neat at night. Okay, so just kind of get it ballparked, and this lock nut is a 17 millimeter, and tighten that pretty good. And then if you need, they come pretty good tension on them, but if you need more or less tension on this ball and socket, this right here is a 5 millimeter. This is a 5 millimeter Allen on the inside, you can see there. So you can tighten those when you're out, or after you ride for a little bit, see if they're loose. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the Baja Design connector. I'm just going to kind of pull the plastics out a little bit to make that fit. Okay, there we go. I just kind of pulled it a little bit, just enough. So I'm going to add a zip tie like right here, so that the wire's nice and clean going straight down. And I've already pre-wired this with the Baja Designs wiring. This kit, the NightHawk kit, comes with their relay and switch. I'm not going to use their relay or switch, but I am going to use their wire, basically because the harness is plug and play, or because the harness fits. It's love their fasteners and their harness connectors here. They're nice and seal up well and good and secure. There's just enough gap here to kind of tuck that in. I have it zip tied going inside, and so I'm just going to add the zip tie on the outside right here, just so it looks, makes it nice, you know, a little more clean, not flopping around, making noise and stuff. And so I'm not going to test them or anything yet. I'm not using the relay and switch that came with them. So I'm going to have another video for wiring up the Switch Pros kit, and that will that's where I'll test them all and light them all up.